Okay, today is August 20th, 24, and I'm gonna show this clip again from these are free additional clips from Richie from Boston. No payment, no GoFundMe, no buying none of my gold necessary. I have to show this again because this is Richie. It goes into his new GoFundMe.
I'm putting jailbreak in jeopardy, but that's what I've always done. It is what it is. These are examples of why I have comments closed in BitChute, because BitChute allows disgusting stuff like this. And
I brought that up either my last video or the one before. BitChute allows disgusting comments like this. So in other words, BitChute is not censoring people. Okay, that's all it is. That's the fact. And we all know Richie from Boston. He was getting exposed in the comments. I was putting in comments with links to my videos about what he's really saying, and of course, and so on and so forth. In Immortal Richie from Boston.
And it just isn't worth it. And speaking of not being worth it, this is how much I made off of Richie from Boston TV.
Feel sorry for me because I'm not making much from Richie from Boston TV, but he's been making tens of thousands, hundreds of $1,000s a year off of his YouTube channel. And yes, he is. I don't give a fuck what he says. His Overlander channel, and he's been making big bucks off of here, even though he did the GoFundMe because that dude blows so much money just on gas and motel rooms. It's insane. But let's go on.
So it's just pathetic. Just so you know.
Just so you know.
Here. Now, I've only done a GoFundMe once before, and it's when my truck got robbed in Florida back in the winter. And that money strictly went to 3 families.
Of course, he could never prove that because, of course, it's odd. Oh, I can't say who they are. Even if he had somebody come forward, who the fuck would know who it is? His truck got robbed. Richie films everything. Not one picture recording of him and filming the broken into truck. Richie's a self-professed, the only man's man. He's a man's man, all right. But he never took no photos or video of him pulling the guys that were stuck in the mud that he rescued. Bullshit. So anyway, what he's saying here is the other GoFundMe was for other people. Now this one's for me. Just the cash is just for me.
And you guys the families that I gave to, you can comment below to back me up if you want. But I told you I'd hold your anonymity.
Plus, how do you comment when he doesn't allow comments?
But this time around, my channels are all in serious trouble. Jailbreak just got hit with a takedown notice, which means I'm on the radar because I've already broken the ban. Here's the deal.
He did not get a takedown notice. What he got was like I showed on one of my videos just a few weeks ago from YouTube, before you get a strike, they'll give you a warning before you actually get that strike. He's just being a punk liar. But let's move on.
Top 5 donators on this GoFundMe. I will, if you're in the United States, I will stop by your location.
Oh my God! Top ones, he'll come by and see you and visit you. Let's pause here. Less than 10 minutes ago, before I started this video, I took a screenshot of help me continue my journey and get a chance to hang out. He's at $14,400 of $12,000, so you're already over. Pause here. Okay, it's been a while since any of these Christian thumpers did this shit on the black goo and monkeypox. I'm going to cover a little bit of that monkeypox. He's trying to fear porn that now. And his now the new civil war and societal collapse is before November 5th. Or on the 5th. I got to give him that. Pause here. I'll just play it from here, I think.
It was covered with this black material, and he was calling it every other thing in the world. And I made a video saying, that's black goo.
Oh, hang on. Let me back up.
Where Osiris should have been, the top of the stone sarcophagus or square casket or whatever it was appeared to have been like blown off. It was askew and there was nothing in there, but it was covered with this black material, and he was calling it every other thing in the world. And I made it.
It appeared at the top of the the top of the fucking tomb cover was blown off. I'll let him speak for himself.
Video saying that's black goo.
That's black goo.
It's funny because whatever was in that casket is gone, and all you could see was whatever it was climbing out, and it left black goo absolutely everywhere.
Whatever it was had climbed out and left black goo everywhere. You all remember that some years back, pre-COVID?
And then lo and behold, within a year or two, they're shooting everybody up with graphene. You know what graphene is, right? I just posted it on Twitter.
Sorry, but they're not shooting everybody up with graphene, but let me push up here a little bit. Okay, a little bit after the graphene bit here. It's only like 20 seconds ahead or something.
But we never actually saw this in the public eye until after this happened, where Osiris's tomb was found blown open, covered in black goo, exactly like something climbed out of it. And now people are shooting it into their arms, thinking everything's going to work out really well.
These people and their demons and Satan and angels floating around is freaking insane. Talk about a cult.
Same month as the Event 21. This October, they're having a bird flu summit. After Event 21, or 201, whatever it was, I forget, man. You know, there's too much going through my head. We had a month before what they were talking about at their summit hit. So there it is, November 4th. Now, what does that fall right in front of? If they do the same thing they did last time with COVID, and this turns into a thing.
Okay, let me pause here. You get the picture. Okay, I should have just kept going. Let's see what it has to say here about monkeypox.
And then the 4th. And if this is the same as last time, which they do stick to their schedule, November 4th, this will hit one way or the other.
It's going to hit the 4th.
Oh no, look, everybody go get your shots. Because, yeah, monkey virus is back, and they're deciding whether to declare a state of emergency all over again. Really? Really?
Okay, pause here. I want to show you something about the monkeypox that's going on in Africa. Okay, this was supposed to be in my previous video or the one before, and I can show it. Who declares monkeypox outbreak global health emergency? It's in something like 4 whatever different countries, and there's my screenshot. Let me scroll up. There's when I took the screenshot, August 14th, the same day the article came out. Let's see what they're saying here. Extraordinary event, blah, blah, blah. It's still just running around Africa. 17,000 cases, 500 deaths in 13 countries. Oh, I got to Google something. Let me pause here. Okay, here's the population of Africa, 1.2 billion. And what did we hear about COVID from the anti-COVID people? Oh, it's only affecting 1%, 5%, 0.2%, or whatever. So 500 deaths so far out of over 1 billion people, and Richie's already fear porning it. Come on, can we keep the facts? The facts is from other shit. Pause here. Okay, this is a video I came across called Richie from Langley, Boston, 3 weeks ago. Idol Destroyer. I didn't go very far because dude seems like a Trump supporter, but I wanted you to listen to a thing here that I never thought of before regarding Richie, except for stating that he's quite possibly a shill, but let me pause here. Okay, I'm going to start this video from 252.
This Richie from Langley, this Richie from Boston guy, he's really just promoting CPP communist talking points. And I think that is completely ridiculous. And look, here's what I want to say. You could go watch his whole video. This is basically what he says. This is the last election. There's not going to be an election. There's going to be a revolution. We need a revolution. That's what we need. We need a revolution, or we need Jesus to come back, but he's not coming back, so we need a revolution. He goes into this whole thing about how Trump is fake. Trump is part of the system, and that's why they're not going to allow this to go through, and yada, yada, yada. The assassination attempt was fake. It's all theater. Again, guys, I've made videos about this. I've made videos about this subject before, not with Richie from Langley, but with the Call for an Uprising guy who's doing the same thing. Don't you think it's mysterious? Don't you think it's coincidental that all these guys before this very important election, all of these fake truther guys are coming out calling for a revolution before this very important election? Don't you think that's mysterious? And that
like I said, that confirms to me he's a Trump supporter talking about how very important, thus legit the election is.
Number one beneficiaries are China, Iran, Russia, North Korea, Venezuela, all of the enemies of the United States. Don't you think that is suspicious? And so what I'm saying is, here's how you know it's fake, guys. Here's how you know that these guys are liars. If Trump is fake, if Trump is bought and paid for, follow me closely, if Trump is bought and paid for, then they don't need a revolution. Right? He's saying they're not going to allow this election to take place, and so there's going to be a revolution, but we need a revolution. That's what he's saying. That's his logic. But it makes no sense because if Trump were controlled opposition, and obviously Biden and Kamala Harris, or whatever her name is, Kamala, I don't even know, those people are bought and paid for. There's no question about that. So if Trump is bought and paid for too, then why would they have a revolution? You see that?
Anyway, you get the point. But the point, forget the... See, he does conflicting words too, whether he's doing it on he's a Trumpster. But the extreme point is, if the Trump side of this or the Biden side, I guess they're doing the anti-Trump thing at the moment. Again, people need to understand the fact that they are both New World Order, but they are two different power structures within the New World Order. And yes, that's proven by what goes on between them year by year. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. I could get into that and prove, I could prove that. But anyway, it's seen by what they do every day. But if, like he's saying, if Trump was supported by China, why would they want to make it look like China this and China that if they want to get him elected? Anyway, you could say it's reverse programming from the Chinese and New World Order. That shit could go on forever, but you got to go back to we have to go back to what we can see and what they do, like the geoengineering. But this, like I said, this dude's a Trumpster. But the point is, I think the major thing I want to address is he's talking about, you know, Richie from Boston, now these channels saying, they're not saying we need revolution. These channels are saying and promoting civil war. And as Richie said in a couple of his videos, well, they kept trying to get the MAGA people to do it, but the MAGA people won't do it, so we're going to do it ourselves. So what the fuck does that mean? These NSA guys are going to come out of their bunkers and off their computers where they're making videos and propaganda sites like Richie from Boston. They're going to come out and do something? Fuck no. They're going to stay. No, Richie's a shill, I think, means a government plant or some sort of plant. Richie is obviously controlled. I don't want to say controlled opposition. Richie just controlled. You go back to remembering Richie's from videos back from fucking forever, which are conveniently gone now. Of course, YouTube did it, but I'm telling you right now, that was to get rid of evidence, so you can't go back and say Richie said this or Richie said that like I've done. But Richie, these people are promoting civil war, not a revolution, not where it says in the government to overthrow the bands of tyranny and whatever. They want civil war, because a civil war we fight amongst ourselves, a revolutionary war, we take our fucking country back. We cannot have that. They can, we meaning them, the channels, the social media people, the NSA people, meaning they, the power people at the very fucking top of this New World Order agenda. And all of this shit, as I said over and over, all of our videos are senseless. Mine are senseless, except for I try to get people to see what these fucking fake people are doing on social media, specifically YouTube and BitChute. And look at Richie. I hate civilization. I hate technology. But he's always wanting your government money, your federal money. He's always spending time in motel rooms. He's always buying this expensive shit. He's always lying, defrauding, what does that say in the Bible in the New Testament? Neither the evil, the drunkards, the thieves, the liars, the frauds will inherit the kingdom of God. Well, if Richie really was a Christian to believe that Bible, he wouldn't be doing that shit along with all these other, like this dude mentioned that fucktard call for an uprising. They're all scamming and hustlers and liars. They'll never prove their income. And Richie just proved that. 2 videos now, he showed that statement from YouTube TV. Well, what about the rest of your income? We know between 2 GoFundMe, he's now got 25, 35, 30. He's already got over $40,000. And if any of you think that his first GoFundMe at 25 grand is going to 3 different people, you're fucking as stupid and you're more brain dead than Biden is. That might be it for this one. I'd be kind of do some rambling, but. Okay, we're pretty much no longer hearing about the Mexican border. How about the Canada border? Surging July 26th. Let's see what this chart shows. Since October last year, averaging 16,000 a month. Oh, remember all these a few years ago? Every time a house would blow up because that's what a natural gas explosion does to a house. I mean, brick would be different, but it'd still demolish it. Oh my God, it was dews and beams and laser beams in Russia, China, the New World Order, somebody's satellite or whatever. I don't know if I brought this up before, because this is kind of older, slightly older screenshot. Supreme Court supercharges scary parts of Trump's 25 agenda. It talks about largest deportations in American history, using the National Guard, other units in the military, put up illegals in camps. I think there's another one here. It might be the same thing. Trump's talked about it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, look, I brought this up before. If I don't see him doing it, but I said it, I've said this, those that follow my channel, I don't lie. If they did it, this will not create a civil war or a revolutionary war in this country. Will we see mass protest? Yes. Will we certainly see this country turn upside down, the collapse of society? Fuck no. Because we are all too controlled to try to take over anything when it comes to any subject. So even if they did that, that would fuck this country up. I know you're going to have all these people out there, the patriots or whatever, not patriots, that hate illegals or whatever. You want more pay in your job. That if they started doing that, that would fuck this country up economically. Would it turn upside down? Where would you have mass chaos and civil war? No. Mass protests, yes, like the shit going on in Chicago right now. And of course, we got all their guys in their masks and their paid people. But pause here. Here's a biggie to me. Kamala Harris, the government, the New World Order agenda, wants to put price controls on food. Oh, Richie I'll go read that. They want to give complete control of the government for controlling the prices on food, price gouging and all that. Even though there's technically not price gouging like the price. There wasn't even price gouging during the toilet paper except for people selling on Craigslist and shit. I saw that, and that hit right. I knew immediately. I think that will come through to some degree because as the geoengineering keeps going, as this planet keeps dying, they are going to need to have those laws in place to control food prices and to officially eliminate that shit underneath martial law, where you can only buy one of these or one pack of toilet paper and that kind of shit, like we saw with the staged fake toilet paper shortage and all these social media sites massively took part in. But that's what I completely see behind that is even though that shit's under martial law, they need to have a law in place where they can control the prices and it would affect how much shit you can buy as these shortages become a lot worse and more prominent and seeable here in the United States. I just recorded this off the TV maybe an hour or so ago, but CNN, Fox, they all support Israel left, right, both sides of the. But let's see what he has to say here.
Maybe massage this issue, and they've even said, as Joe Biden did last night, all these protesters have a point. What is that point? The point is that Hamas came across the Israeli border and they massacred, slaughtered viciously little babies, violently raped women in front of their families, and slaughtered over 1,200 people.
Okay, we don't even know that that's true. Like I've been saying, the whole thing was a false flag. It's because of that U.S. not-so-secret base over there in Israel. But let me show a couple of headlines from my screenshots today or tomorrow. Or yesterday. I pause here. 2 recent strikes by Israel. Oh, I got the August 18th. 7 members, same family killed. Israel strike. 6 children and their mother. Next one. It's right after, I believe. Yep. Another one. This is a different one. The first strike came in days after the Israel strike killed. Oh, no. The other one was the second one. Just after Israel killed 15 people, so the other one was the first one. All from the same family, including 9 children. So we're defending our country, which gives us permission before the world that it's okay, even though some of the world's protesting or claiming they are. Blah, blah, blah. Pause here. Okay, some more to go along with the religious shit of the founding of Israel and Palestine. Going back to 47, Resolution 181 from the UN. The partition plan sought to divide the British mandate of Palestinian into Arab and Jewish states. The State of Israel was created in 48. And one more here. Britain took control of the area known as Palestine, following the defeat of the Ottoman Empire. The land was inhabited by a Jewish minority, Arab majority. Tensions grew. The international community gave the UK the task of establishing a national home for Palestine for the Jewish people. stemmed from a Balfour Declaration in 1917, a pledge made by then Foreign Secretary Balfour or whatever, to Britons. There were Britons all over the fucking place. Does that sound familiar for the U.S.? So we know who started this shit and who keeps it going. New World Order. And yes, that's run out of Britain. And I guess that's it. Later, bye.